We have China and Japan. They are locked into this escalating dispute over Taiwan. It's prompted the Chinese government to warn its citizens against traveling in Japan. And now what we have is the governments in Japan and Taiwan are now issuing warnings of their own. And the trigger of this was, of course, those comments by the Japanese Prime Minister to Parliament earlier this month when she was answering a question and said that a Chinese invasion on Taiwan would be an existential threat to Japan and could spark a military response. That infuriated China. China has pushed back, and I want to show you how. Let's bring up this full screen graphic for you. This is how China has responded to those comments by the Japanese Prime Minister. It has done this: conducted coastguard patrols near disputed islands. It has also issued that travel warning to citizens against visiting Japan. Hong Kong has also been urging residents to exercise caution. China has also suspended screenings of at least 2 Japanese films in China. And we also know that some Chinese airlines have been offering free refunds to citizens who cancel their flights to or from Japan. And as these tensions continue to deepen, Japan and Taiwan are issuing warnings of their own. We've learned that Japan is now telling its citizens who are residing in China to be careful, to increase caution when outside, to avoid crowded areas. And this week, Taiwan is now issuing and passing out these new pamphlets to tell people there what to do in the event of a disaster, including a Chinese invasion. And these books, they include actionable advice like what to stockpile at home, even what to do if you come face to face with an enemy combatant. Now, as this dispute drags on, there's going to be an economic cost to this. Analysts say it's going to hit the Japanese economy really hard. Already we've seen shares in Japanese companies that are linked to tourism and linked to retail fall. Japanese leaders in the country have been urging the government, saying we need to engage, we need to find a timely resolution as they anticipate a free fall of Chinese travelers and Chinese money coming into Japan. But we really don't know what's going to happen next year. Back to you.
Yeah, is there any signs of dialogue or any sense of maybe how long this whole thing could go?
You know, we talked to analysts about this, and they're saying this could drag on for quite some time. I mean, look, you had that recent visit by a Japanese envoy going to China this week, no breakthrough. There was also hopes of a breakthrough to take place during the G20 taking place in South Africa this week, but China has said explicitly the Chinese premier will not meet with the Japanese leader. So there are fears that this could persist, but not only that, that this spat between China and Japan could also potentially grow. You know, we have to remember China has a lot of levers that it could potentially use, including rare earths. China could potentially restrict the export of rare earth magnets to Japan. Japan desperately needs those for its big manufacturing base. But, you know, got to add, Alex, there is still no strong indication that China is seriously considering that just yet. Back to you.
Big money at stake here. Kristie Lu Stout, thanks for joining us live from Hong Kong.